Every day, we are exposed to countless messages from television, radio, newspapers, magazines, websites, and social media. This constant barrage of information can be overwhelming, making it difficult to process and make sense of the world around us. The average person is exposed to thousands of advertisements every single day. Each advertisement is carefully crafted to capture our attention, evoke an emotional response, and ultimately influence our behavior. The media landscape is a competitive marketplace vying for our most valuable resource, attention. In this relentless battle for eyeballs, media outlets employ various tactics to capture and hold our interest. One common tactic is sensationalism. By highlighting dramatic or shocking elements of a story, media outlets can trigger our emotional responses, making us more likely to pay attention and remember the information. Another tactic is repetition. By repeatedly presenting information, even if it is not entirely accurate or complete, media outlets can create the illusion of truth or consensus. Furthermore, media outlets often rely on framing to influence how we interpret information. By selectively highlighting certain aspects of a story while downplaying others, they can shape our understanding of events and influence our opinions. In the digital age, the battle for attention has intensified with the rise of clickbait. This online phenomenon refers to sensationalized headlines or eye-catching thumbnails designed to entice users to click on a link, regardless of the content's quality or accuracy. Clickbait preys on our curiosity and desire for novelty, often leading us down a rabbit hole of irrelevant or misleading information. The prevalence of clickbait has contributed to a culture of superficial engagement with information. As we skim headlines and scroll through feeds, we are bombarded with fragmented pieces of information, often lacking the context or depth necessary for informed understanding. Moreover, clickbait often reinforces existing biases by presenting information that aligns with our preconceived notions. To navigate this digital landscape effectively, it is crucial to be aware of the pervasiveness of clickbait and its potential to manipulate our attention. Media outlets understand the power of emotions in shaping perceptions and influencing behavior. By tapping into our primal instincts of fear and anger, they can elicit strong emotional responses that bypass our rational thinking and make us more susceptible to persuasion. Fear is a potent tool used to heighten our sense of vulnerability and make us more receptive to messages that promise security or protection. Similarly, anger can be used to mobilize individuals around a common enemy or cause. The internet and social media have created echo chambers where individuals are primarily exposed to information that confirms their existing beliefs. Algorithms used by these platforms personalize our online experiences, showing us content that aligns with our interests and filtering out dissenting viewpoints. In these echo chambers, our biases are reinforced through constant exposure to like-minded perspectives. This lack of intellectual diversity can lead to polarization, as individuals become entrenched in their own ideological bubbles and view those with differing opinions as misinformed or even dangerous. The echo chamber effect has significant implications for civic discourse and democratic processes. Breaking free from echo chambers requires conscious effort to diversify our information diets and expose ourselves to a wider range of viewpoints. By seeking out diverse news sources, engaging with individuals who hold different beliefs, and questioning our own assumptions, we can challenge our biases and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world. Confirmation bias is a cognitive bias that leads us to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs and to dismiss information that contradicts them. In the context of media consumption, confirmation bias can lead us to gravitate towards news sources and personalities that align with our worldview, reinforcing our existing beliefs and making us less receptive to alternative perspectives. When we encounter information that contradicts our beliefs, our natural tendency is to dismiss it as unreliable, biased, or simply wrong. We may engage in motivated reasoning, searching for flaws in the evidence or arguments presented, however tenuous those flaws may be. This selective skepticism allows us to maintain our existing beliefs even in the face of contradictory evidence. In the age of social media, where we are constantly bombarded with information shared by our friends, family, and like-minded individuals, it is easy to fall prey to the illusion that our own beliefs are widely shared and representative of reality. Overcoming confirmation bias requires conscious effort to actively seek out and engage with information that challenges our existing beliefs. One of the most insidious aspects of media influence is the illusion of objectivity. While many news outlets strive for impartiality in their reporting, it is essential to recognize that complete objectivity is an elusive goal. Every media outlet operates within a particular context, influenced by factors such as ownership, funding sources, target audience, and editorial guidelines. These factors inevitably shape the way news is gathered, framed, and presented. Even seemingly objective choices, such as which stories to cover, which sources to quote, and which images to use, can subtly influence our perceptions. For example, a news outlet that relies heavily on government sources for information may present a different perspective on a policy issue than one that relies primarily on interviews with affected individuals. Recognizing the inherent subjectivity of media reporting is crucial to becoming a critical consumer of information. By considering the source, examining the framing of stories, and questioning the language used, we can develop a more nuanced understanding of the information presented and avoid being swayed by subtle biases. In this age of information overload, it is more important than ever to be critical consumers of media. This involves developing the skills and awareness to navigate the media landscape effectively, identify biases, and form our own informed opinions. By adopting a critical mindset, we can become more discerning consumers of information, less susceptible to manipulation, and more empowered to engage in meaningful dialogue and decision-making. The first step to becoming a critical consumer is to be aware of our own biases. By acknowledging these biases, we can begin to question our own assumptions and be more open to alternative perspectives. Next, we need to diversify our information diets. By seeking out information from a variety of sources, we can gain a more comprehensive understanding of issues and challenge our own biases. Furthermore, it is crucial to question the information we encounter. Just as a balanced diet is essential for physical health, a diverse information diet is crucial for intellectual well-being. By consuming information from a variety of sources, we expose ourselves to different perspectives, challenge our own biases, and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world. One way to diversify our information diet is to seek out news sources from different geographical locations. International news outlets often provide unique perspectives on global events, free from the biases and assumptions of our own national media. Another strategy is to consume news from outlets with different political leanings. By exposing ourselves to a range of viewpoints across the political spectrum, we can gain a more balanced understanding of complex issues and avoid being confined to an echo chamber of like-minded perspectives. The first step towards mitigating the influence of media is acknowledging its pervasive presence in our lives. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we are bombarded with messages, images, and narratives that shape our perceptions of the world. By becoming aware of this constant influx of information, we can begin to question its underlying assumptions and critically evaluate its impact on our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. Awareness is not a passive state, but an active process that requires constant vigilance and critical engagement. It involves questioning the information we encounter, considering alternative perspectives, and seeking out diverse sources of information. By developing media literacy, we empower ourselves to become active participants in the information age, rather than passive recipients of whatever messages are thrown our way. We learn to identify biases, deconstruct narratives, and form our own informed opinions based on critical thinking and evidence-based reasoning. The power to shape our own understanding of the world lies within each of us.